Hello, it's Pia and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to test out an idea I got the other day. It all has to do with a background stamp from my favorite things. It's a stamp called Bold Diagonal Stripes. Now, my idea is actually about how I can use this striped rubber stamp to get this 3-color look. So I'm going to use a stamping tool. It's a very good idea to use a stamping tool for this technique. I'm using the standard MISTI and I'm taking out the black foam part because I'm using a rubber stamp, and rubber stamps are thicker than clear stamps, so it's necessary you have to remove the black foam part. I'm putting in the background stamp in the MISTI and apparently it won't stick in the first go. I'm just placing it in the corner of my MISTI, and I'm just getting ready, sorting out things. I've got my card base. This technique I'm actually going to test out directly on a card base. I'm placing my card base not totally down in the corner, but a bit up. I'm using the inch markers there. Now, right now I'm trying to locate my repositionable tape. This is actually my favorite, the one from 3L. Works magic. So easy to remove and doesn't leave any marks. Now, as you noticed, I also put something inside my card to keep it shut. And now I'm putting it down, making sure that it's stuck to the MISTI. And notice the marker, I'm not totally down in the corner. And how would you say, 1/4 of an inch? I can't remember the sizes there. I found 2 colors of ink because these are chosen because I thought the overlap of the 2 colors would create a 3rd color. The first color I'm using is a yellow. This one is Hero Art Shadow Ink Butterbar, and the second one, which is a more turquoise color, is Tide Pool. Now I'm putting on the first layer here on the rubber stamp. Because I'm using a background stamp, and even though I'm using big ink pads, it's still not always easy to get a total coverage of ink. So I'm going to have to re-stamp this one. And again, I'm applying the ink. I'm doing the best I can to make sure that I've got ink all over the background stamp where needed. And I'm also speeding up the process so it goes quicker. Now, giving it a good press to make sure I've got all the ink to the paper, and now the result is really good. So 2 times I had to stamp this one. Now, before I move on, because I'm using 2 very different colors, I'm making sure that I'm cleaning off the rubber stamp really, really good. So my first step is I'm using a baby wipe. Now the second step is I'm using the stamp Shammy from Fawn, and also because baby wipes can leave like tiny threads and they are really annoying, so the stamp Shammy really removes them. And last step, I'm using a dry cloth. This is actually a microfiber cloth. Now this is the important part. I shift my card base a tiny bit and I'm using the markers on the side of the MISTI. Now by shifting my card base a tiny bit, I'm also shifting where I'm stamping with the background stamp. So now I can apply the second color. This is a test. I don't know what the result would be when I made this video, so you're actually also the first ones to see. And I'm not certain how much my shift of the card base will create of overlap with the colors. First stamping, giving a good push, good press to make sure the ink really reaches the paper. And I can see now I also need a second re-inking here of the background stamp. Now I can see now, it might be difficult to see, that I actually got a little bit of overlapping between the yellow and the turquoise color. But I'm hoping it's going to get better with the second stamping of the color. And I actually need a 3rd time to get a good coverage with the Tide Pool ink. It might also be because my Tide pool is getting old. I've had it for really a long time. It was one of the first colours I bought of ink pads. I guess they're quite more than 6-7 years old, I believe. Now, this is it. So this is the result with these two colours, and I still got like a bit of white showing, which I really like. Here you can see a close-up of the finished card where I've used a darkroom door stamp. That was just it for today. That was the test of my idea. I hope you got inspired too. Otherwise, have a good day. See you back soon. Bye.